Welcome back to the channel, guys. So over the past 3 videos, this journey through the Mekong Delta has already taken a few unexpected turns, including a breakdown back in Javin.
Okay, so this isn't an ideal start to the day. I thought I'd get a nice early start. The motorbike started, I got down the street and I got to the banh mi lady, turned off the motorbike and now it won't start.
Followed by the relief of finally getting the bike back up and running again, and seeing my first Khmer temple of the trip.
Wow.
Since leaving Saigon, we've already ridden through 5 provinces, cutting through rice fields, undertaking ferry crossings, passing through tiny rural communities, and riding under fairy floss-coloured skies. In Javin, we spent time learning a bit about the Khmer community, their pagodas, their festivals, and their culture.
I'm not a spiritual person in any sense, but coming here, you can really feel something.
And somewhere along the way to Sóc Trăng, we even stumbled upon a canal-side celebration for Ok On Bok, where I was welcomed by the most hospitable people.
Okay, thank you. Đẹp trai không? Đẹp trai không? Here they go, here they go. Okay, okay, okay. Something different at the Lê Hới.
From the chaos of navigating country roads to the calm of ancient temples.
Look at that. I need to stop. That's just popped up out of nowhere. Look at it.
From roadside noodle lunches to sunsets over fields of rice and sugarcane. These first 3 days have reminded me why I travel this way. Slow, up for some surprises, and always ready to go off the beaten path. Now in today's video, the adventure continues, and if the past few days are anything to go by, this epic Mekong Delta trip still has plenty to serve up to us. So, let's get into it.
Alright, so it's morning on day 4, I think it is, and I'm not going to lie, yesterday took a little bit out of me on the motorbike, even though I think I only did about, maybe all told, 150 kilometres, maybe. The distance between Javin and Sóc Trăng isn't actually that far. In fact, at one point I'd been driving kind of all day around the temple complex and around the local areas, and I saw a marker for 28 k's to Javin, and I'd been out for hours already. So yeah, while the distance isn't far as the crow flies, the route that I took meant that I took the long way, and it was, as I mentioned in that video, was an amazing day on the motorbike, and I highly recommend it. So the plan today is to spend the whole day in Sóc Trăng. There's a large reclining Buddha that I want to go out and see. That's one thing. And I believe there's a Khmer cultural museum as well that I want to check out. Hopefully it's as cool as the one that I saw in Javin. I'll try some food, I guess. I'll go and have some lunch. I haven't had brekkie yet. I'm here having a coffee and just planning what I plan to do for the rest of the day and also the rest of the trip. I'm in kind of 2 minds as to whether I want to go to Bac Lieu, which is about another, I'm not too sure how far that is away actually, but a decent drive, or cut across to Ganta and back home that way. So I've got the day to think about it. I've got a little bit of downloading of footage to do to my hard drive so I can clear this camera out a little bit and I can keep filming. So yeah, a few things on my plate today. It's going to be a fairly easy travel day today though, so and kicking it off with this
After my coffee, which was good by the way, and the staff were really friendly, I fire up the motorbike and ride into the central market of Sóc Trăng to get my bearings and hunt for breakfast.
Okay, these funny roads do funny things. Oh, it's probably more Google than anything. And me.
But after a few loops around the stalls, I decide to skip it altogether. The heat's already building, and I know Som Rong Pagoda, home of the giant reclining Buddha, is going to be both busy and exposed to the sun.
This is a busy little part of town. Market area.
Still, the ride through town is interesting. The market's still in full swing, and I don't think I've seen this much variety in fruit anywhere else in Vietnam.
Lots of fruit. And generally speaking, it's really well priced compared to Saigon, that's for sure.
The colours alone could stop traffic. But why would it need to when you've got this many motorbikes to do it?
I think this should be part of the motorbike licensing tests. You need to drive through a wet market at very slow speeds. I think that would be about enough, and also probably take you out onto a highway in a rural area and have people drive up the wrong way of the highway just to test your nerves out. And that would be just about it, I reckon. Oh, interesting. It's got tuk-tuk on it. It's not the word for these in Vietnam.
When I reach the pagoda just outside of town, it looks like I've missed the morning crowd, which is a relief. But I'm now worrying that I've come underdressed again and won't be able to enter the reclining Buddha Hall. But then I spot a man wandering around with no shirt on, and suddenly I feel a lot less concerned about it.
Okay, so here I was worried about having shorts on.
As I walk further into the complex, it becomes apparent as to just how big this reclining Buddha is. Completed around 2021, it demands my immediate attention, despite it not being the traditional reason this place is considered sacred among the local Khmer community.
I've got this feeling right now, you know that one where it's like you're just dwarfed by something? It's huge. It's absolutely huge in person. I love the peacefulness of these temple complexes. It's a good spot to contemplate and gather your thoughts. So I think I mentioned in the Javin video at the temple complex there at the festival that I made a rookie mistake and forgot to put my long pants in my bag, and I've come to probably one of the most religious regions in Vietnam without long pants. But there are a few other people around wearing shorts, but I'm just not going to go inside out of respect for that. I think anyway, it's enough, I think, just to stand out here and gaze at this amazing structure. Okay, so this place is just on the outskirts of town. It's only probably a 10-minute drive out, and if you haven't got a motorcycle like I have, I'm pretty sure you can get someone to take you out here. And it's free, and it's well worth at least 30 minutes of your time to come and check it out. It's a really impressive Buddha, but it doesn't come without its requisite kind of little shops and knick-knack shops and souvenirs and sellers and lotto ticket sellers and stuff like that. But I seem to have come at a pretty good time around, I think it's 9:30 or something like that. So I think a lot of the tour groups have gone, and you know, I've pretty much got free rein at filming this impressive statue. So I was just looking at ChatGPT, and no wonder it's so striking when you turn up down the driveway there. It's approximately 23 metres high, 63 metres long, and get this, about 500 tonnes. So that's a fair lump of Buddha.
Not far from the pagoda on the road back into town, the weather turned quickly and the skies opened up and left me wondering if it was a heavenly sign or something. I'd been wondering what to eat, and just like that I'd spotted a woman on the roadside filling up her display with some freshly wrapped spring rolls. The timing couldn't have been more perfect. So I'd pulled over, taken shelter from the downpour, and ordered a few.
These are amazing. So fresh. She even wraps them up in some plastic to keep them fresh.
They turn out to be incredible. Light, fresh, packed with herbs and flavour, and, to be honest, a welcome change from noodles and fried food that's common around here. So in the space of just a few minutes, I managed to tick off a few boxes for the morning. I visited the giant reclining Buddha, found an unexpectedly great lunch, and managed to stay dry, well, mostly, from the rain. Not a bad way to start the day in Sóc Trăng, I reckon.
All right, that's my brekkie and lunch rolled into one. Very tasty, just what I wanted. Looks like the rain's starting to ease off, so what I'm thinking about doing is going back to the hotel. I've got a few little things to do. I've got to organise my washing and upload the video from here to my hard drive just so I can clear out some space. And then I'm thinking I might go back to the market this evening or late afternoon and see if there's a night market happening there or not, and see if we can check out some local grub. Hopefully there's a few dishes there that I haven't tried before and that are tasty. All right, see you in a bit. Okay, so it's been a few hours and I've managed to do the little jobs that I needed to do and upload all of the clips that I wanted. I've backed them up. I've got at least 250 at the moment. There's a good chance that I may have 500 by the end of this trip, so I'm sort of running out of space on my camera, so I just wanted to make sure I got that sorted. Now, I've just also found out that there's no night market in Sóc Trăng, apparently. There used to be. And so I don't think there's one on, or, you know, it's sort of festival time as well. So maybe they're kind of all festivaled out and all that sort of stuff as well. So I'm going to have to change my plans a little bit and just, you know, sort of go with the flow. So I'm thinking I might, you know, for the rest of this video, I might just do sort of a bit more of sort of a walking vlog style. So I'm putting my boots on and I'm about 1 kilometre from the centre of town. So I'm going to take you guys for a bit of a walk and take you into town, see what we can't find, have something to eat, and I'll probably tell you a little bit about my plans for tomorrow. All right, let's go. Oh, all right, come on, let's go. This is the room next to mine, by the way. So obviously a double. It's not a bad little place, hey? All modern. Apparently it's very new, this place. The only thing is it's on a busy road. I don't know if you can hear the traffic there, but you'll see when we go outside. But worth considering for sure when you come to Sóc Trăng. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, those guys are really lovely and it's a nice place to stay. And reasonably priced as well. I'll leave a little bit more information for you in the description so you can check it out if you do get to Sóc Trăng. Okay, so let's hit it. Let's hit the road. I don't really know what I'm doing, but we'll work it out. I mean, that's nothing unusual for me, is it? Hey, this is kind of interesting. This is sort of a reflection of sort of modern Vietnam. So, you know, basically this says don't. So park here, basically parking. Sort of street selling, doing business, I think, around on the footpath. This is footpath here. So don't sort of encroach or something like that and do business. I don't know what we would say in English, maybe sort of something like loiter or something like that as well. You know, don't hang around here and sell shit to people, okay? And it seems to be working. It seems to be working. It's very clean here and no one is selling anything on the street. It's just an interesting observation that I've made. And of course, this is out the front of Vincom Centre, which is a large, I guess you'd say, conglomerate in Vietnam. And they're doing their best to sort of, I don't know what you would say. We see signs around all the time, you know, modernise and develop and stuff like that. And I think, you know, this is sort of part of it. But having said that, there's a car here right next to me that's just about encroached on the footpath. Okay, so yeah, a slight change in plans for tomorrow. I know for those of you who have been following me regularly, you'll know that I've been banging on about going to Bac Lieu, which is the next sort of major town south of here. It's not that far away, but you know, usually I like to take the more scenic routes and the routes that I can take that are just much more interesting to show on camera. But I've just been sort of thinking about how much time it's been taking me to get to these places and take those scenic routes. So what I would prefer to do, and what I'm going to do tomorrow, is go to a small town. I don't know, I'm going to take my time getting there, but it's called Nha Nam. Nha is like sort of intersection and Nam is 5. So it's a small town, basically a market town, that's built on the intersection of 5 canals that meet each other. The French built them when they were here as a way of trying to develop Vietnam, like what I was just talking about with that sign there. Hello guys. So I'm more keen to do that, because then after that, the following day, I can, in the morning, they have a floating market, so it's not a touristy market at all. I know the one in Khmer has been sort of accused of being just over touristed and not really that authentic, whatever that is. But I've been reading up on this other market and it's sort of out in the middle of nowhere, so it's going to be really interesting. It's going to be interesting to see what kind of accommodation I can get as well. That'll be sort of first port of call for me tomorrow when I get there, and then hopefully see some really cool stuff there, and then hit the road to Khmer, which is probably, for me at least, another half day. So that's the plan, and then back to Saigon. That'll be nearly 7 days on the road. Okay, so this might be the first snack of the walk this evening. We'll see what they've got. Hello, G. Okay, so here she's got beef vin, okay, balls, fried beef balls, and nook mum. Okay, so I think what she does is, I think she sells the fried beef balls, but on the side, I think she may just sell nook mum. You know, that's often what happens. Or it may be like her own little specialty or something like that. So, oh yeah, here we go. So she's got them on the stick. Okay, the bo vien chien. Okay, she's got a whole bunch. Yeah. Cái gì chị? Đậu hũ? Okay, that's tofu there. And this here, she's got orange juice. So this is her little juicer. Hope she doesn't mind me using it. Wow. Hey wa, top wa. And she's just prepping up there. So, you know, you see this kind of stuff. Oh, her name is Sun, yeah, Auntie Sun, Go Sun, or Swang, depending on where you're from. I think it means spring. And yeah, this is sort of typical stuff that you'll see along the streets here. I have no idea what that is though, but I think this is to attract the kids. But she has a lovely little setup here. It's very neat. I think this is cheese. Cái này là phở mai hả? Phở mai. Yeah, it looks like sort of that, dare I say it, processed kind of cheese. But yeah, she's got all sorts of little things. Looks like a little, what do you call it? Like a dim sum. Hoan tan chien and stuff like that. Not too sure what that is. But yeah, that looks interesting. But she's not quite ready to go yet. Come on, go. Thank you. Or G. I think this is bolalot. I think. Okay, that's got a very pungent smell. I can't say I'm a huge fan of it. I don't know how to explain or describe the smell, but it's very unique and you'll know it. It smells like nothing else in Vietnam, you know, and these guys will cook these little things here. So it's like typically beef wrapped up in a la lot, a lot leaf. Look it up if you don't know what it is. I can't really explain it to you. Sometimes it gets erroneously described as betel, but I think it's related to betel nut, the betel nut leaf. It's not actually it, it's a lot leaf, and la means leaf in Vietnamese, but they always have this smoking up, and it's very typical to drive by and you can just smell it in the air. And I know my wife is not particularly fond of it either, but super popular. Okay, so this young fella's got something similar as to Auntie Swan up the road, and he's actually frying it up. Look at this rig though. Look at this great motorbike, and he's got his little vehicle attached to it. Look at this, hey? Look how neatly organised it is. Oh, and he's got some little, they're wonton wrappers. Tan la, I think they're called. I can't remember. He might have it somewhere. He might have it written somewhere. But so he does beef, fish balls, fried fish balls. Specialises in that, but with a little bit of extra stuff as well. Similar stuff that the lady just up the road had. And here's another really interesting thing: is that even street vendors in Vietnam, they take digital payments. So, you know, basically it's no payment is too small, you know. So you see people using digital payments for, you know, maybe a café suida, which is like 20,000, or it might be 15,000 or something like that, you know. Here we go. This is something a little bit different. So he's doing he's doing lapsung. So this is the lapsung here. Oh, and he's cooking with some kind of rocks by the looks of it. But lapsung, it's that sort of, dare I say, sort of the Yeah, oh, rocks, there you go. Barbecue rocks, that says there. And, oh, this is interesting. So, barbecued eggs, and of course the famous bắp xào đây. And, yeah, and that's it right there. Okay, chào, wave him, okay, cool. Bắp xào đây. Okay, cho anh một cái bắp xào. Yeah, okay. And here he's got the dâu dăm, huh? Dâu dăm. Oh, that's with the eggs. So he's got his barbecued eggs over there. And, you know, I think you've seen me eat a hot vịt lon. Hot vịt. Yeah, anyway. Very citrusy. I love this. Just one. Yeah, come on. Bao nhiêu?
20.000.
20.
20.000.
20.
20.000.
Yeah, that's a new one for me. This must be a Sóc Trăng. 22 hả? 20. 20. Okay.
20.000.
Ở đây 20k. Wow, okay. Oh, that dâu dăm is really tangy. But there you go, there's a new one. And I blame these guys for not being able to speak Vietnamese properly. It's just constantly changing depending on the region you're in. Bắp xào đây. Trong có gì? Bắp và hành.
Còn tép, chuốt. Chuốt.
Tuốt.
Chuốt.
I don't know what that is.
Chuốt gọi là tôm nhỏ đấy.
Oh, tôm. Oh, the baby shrimp. Okay, baby prawns. I think, I don't know if you can pick it up there, but it's like... Okay, that's good. Yeah, come on. Thank you. Now, I gotta find my cash in here somewhere. I love this bag, and it's waterproof, but 20 hả? 20.
10.000 thôi.
Tiếc hả? Okay, alright.
Kíp mà.
Okay, come on.
Em làm 10.000.
Come on, em. Alright, thank you. Alright. Okay, ăn ở đây. Ăn ở đây. Bắp xào ăn ở đây. Alright, just bear with me while I put this little attachment on so that I don't have to hold on to it. He's given me this little red chair, and I'm just looking at the legs on it, and I don't think they're going to hold a 90 kilogram. You add the adjective onto that. So this snack is very popular. You'll get it on every street in Vietnam. Very popular with young people, of course, and very popular with, you know, people who might work night shift and stuff like that, because you'll see these guys coming around. And actually, as I look right now, his lapsung looks really good. Yeah. All right, so, and typically he might put some sauce on it. There it is there. 10,000 for that. I only wanted a little bit so I could show you guys. Let's give it a go. Oh. Very good. Tên gì? Tôm.
Tôm.
Tên gì?
Tôm á.
Yeah, tôm nhưng...
Ở đây nhỏ người ta gọi là chuốt.
Chuốt? Yeah, I can't really say that. I think it sounded like mouse when I said that, but yeah, there are many. See that? I don't know if you can see it. It's tiny, but I tell you what, they pack a punch. They have lots of flavour. You know, if I ate too much of this, I'd be glowing. When the sun goes down, I'd be glowing if I ate too much of this. Very tasty though. So don't be shy in trying this sort of stuff. Of course, you don't have to eat the whole lot, but if you're also traveling with a group of you, you know, you can buy stuff, you know, a little box like this. 10,000 dong, I don't know what it is in your currency, but it's not much, you know. and you can have a little bit of a taste and just see what things are like. You never know, you might, you know, pick up a favourite while you're here. Little bit of salt, little bit of tak, calamansi, whole bunch of yo yum, and so probably, quite possibly, this young fella here is going to take that, go and hang out with a bunch of his mates, and go and drink some beers and nibble on those at the same time. It's a very popular nhau food. Lap suong. Or he said lap suong, I think. But this is it here. Oh, and dip it in. Oh, okay, chup. Yeah, chup chup. Okay, thank you. He's gonna roll it in the chili. Oh, there's a fair bit in there too. Okay, all right, come on. So this is sort of akin to like Chinese sausage, I think you would call it, you know, but in Vietnam, as far as I know, it's called lap suong. You see it everywhere, see it outside markets, in markets, and in neighbourhoods where they're known to make it, you'll drive past houses with these hanging from the rafters, you know. And again, another popular favourite for my wife, of my wives, and not wives, that's not plural, by the way. But he's dusted it in this chili powder here, so let's see how this goes. Okay, here we go. Oh yeah.
Ngon không? Ngon.
Oh, quá ngon.
Quá ngon hả?
So, okay, tastes like a sausage, but these kinds of sausages are a little bit sweet, a little bit sweeter, but his is not too sweet. It's got a fair bit of fat in there, which we love. And then the tang of that chili powder. I've never had it with chili powder before. It's sensational. Ah. Never had it with the chili powder. It's a revelation. Well, there you go. If you know, you know. And you only know if you give it a go. I just made that up. I know, as corny as that sounds, but you've just got to give it a go. Give these things a go. You know, if you don't like them, they're not going to cost you much. And as long as you choose places like that, you know, his setup was really clean and he's cooking. You know, things are hot, the food's moving, and this is a great time of day to be out trying those little street side snacks. Long live Vietnamese street food. This is what I love about Vietnamese street food. You know, the lady here, she's got a corn. She's selling her warm, I guess it's bap. And people can just pull up. And also she's got her little rig on wheels. So if the local constabulary come around and they're feeling a bit testy, she can quickly get on a bike and hit the road. You know, she might get the heads up from someone and away she goes and will set up somewhere else. But yeah, she's got a whole nest of warm, steaming corn there, and corn is massive in Vietnam. You see it a lot everywhere and it's eaten a lot, and we just had some. Well, I did. I had the pap sao. Sao, by the way, is, you know, mix, sort of stir fry. Yeah, so the corn gets in there and they stir fry it, so pap sao. Okay, now, I don't really know where we're going to go, but obviously we've hit peak hour, I think, even though the clock up there doesn't seem to make sense. this particular side, but the other side says about 5:05. So there you go. We're bang on peak hour. I'm kind of thinking that side, so this side of the street, because I know the central market is over here somewhere. So I think that might be our best bet. All right, let's go. Okay, well here's something interesting here. We've got some durian here. I think, yeah, it looks like durian. Look at this, hey? So this one, it's a fairly expensive fruit, 210,000 just for that little bit there. Look at it. I actually quite like it. A lot of Westerners don't really like it for whatever reason. Some say that it smells like, you know, my wet boots at this time of year, left in my room with the heater on, if you get my drift. But if you get these fresh ones, they're sensational. The only thing is the price fluctuates a lot, and it's typically highly priced because a lot of them get, probably the majority of them get exported to places like China. So that means there tends to be a little bit of a scarcity. And of course, in the Mekong, the farmers here are also, you know, at the mercy of the weather conditions as well. So, and especially at the moment, I suppose, given that we've had lots of rain and lots of flooding. I don't know much about the fruit itself, but I imagine like any plant that gets way too much water on it, too much moisture in it, probably goes moldy or rots or something like that. So, but they look like a pretty hardy fruit, don't they? You wouldn't want one dropping on your head. Here's another little snippet that you might find interesting, and it's nothing new. All of the cities all over Vietnam, they have interesting street names, and it's been well documented. But this one here, April 30, interesting. Oh, okay, this is different. There we go, we've got a chicken's head there. AM. Gum rang layers, rang fried gin, right? Gin. Kind of like gin. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye. Looks quite nice too. It's got a different kind of sizzle on it. So what they sell here is, you know, soy is like, it's kind of like sticky rice in a way. This is it here. That's it there. And with chicken. And has, so soy gak, gum rang, so gum gan basically. But a different style. And the chook's head. I'm not sure I can get through one of those by myself tonight. Maybe if Mel was with me, we might give that a crack. I don't know if she'd eat that, but yeah, different. Something you don't see every day. Okay, lots of snacks. Ang vat is like snacks. Xin chào. These little places will be nicely lit up later on, but as you can see, we're seeing all the sort of similar stuff along here. More of this over here. A little bit of Thai food that he makes there. Okay, so we're getting down in towards the market now. So let's see. These guys probably will be closing up. Sinloi, sorry. Will probably be closing up for the day. So after a very long day, but hopefully we can find some other snacks to nibble on. Okay, so while I walk around looking for some more food, we're in the market area, by the way, and these guys obviously are winding up or have wound up for the day. They're here before sunrise every day, so they're pretty keen to chill out and do, well, go to sleep, I suppose. My observations about my trip so far and the two cities that I've been to. Look at this. Just love these old buildings. Gia Vinh and Sóc Trăng. People will tell you, or I hear, they'll tell you that all Vietnamese cities are the same, but you know, you only have to come to Javin and Sóc Trăng. You know, they're probably barely 50, 60, maybe 100 kilometres apart maximum. And they're different. The people are quite similar, meaning they're all really friendly and they're nice. They're lovely, lovely people. But each city has its own little quirks and own little bits of uniqueness about them. And even the layouts of the towns are different as well. Some of them are quite large on big rivers, others are on canals. There's a lot of canals that have been built. Xin chào, hello. A lot of canals that were built by the French around here. So these cities and towns have grown up on those canals because obviously that was the main mode of transport. Hello em, how are you? Khỏe không? Khỏe. Đi đâu? Đi về hả? Đi về? Yeah. Yeah, so don't get fooled into thinking or believing that these cities are all the same. And I mean, if you're a tourist or a traveller, whatever the difference is, and you're looking for something a little bit different from what everybody else is doing when they come to Vietnam, and off the beaten trail, and where people are just genuinely lovely and the food's been great as well, you might want to consider this part of the Mekong if you can get yourself here. You know, I'm lucky because I have a motorbike and I'm a bit more mobile than the average traveller. But this eastern side of the delta is lovely. This is Mr. Nam. I've just met him. I was walking down this alleyway and I spotted his awesome looking cafe, Cafe Nam. Look at it. Looks really cool and I love that old signage. Amazing. But you know, he's got the mix of it's all sort of that French, almost French colonial, but also the Chinese shophouse style by the looks of it. But he said he's been here, bao lâu? 35 năm? Yeah, 35 years. And he opens at 5 o'clock. Sang 5 giờ morgue. Okay, so maybe I'll come down here for a coffee. Có thể mai quay lại. Sau giờ sáng, khoảng 6 giờ sáng, uống cà phê soda. Okay? All right. 42 Win Hum Phuc. Okay. All right. I might have to take a photo of it so that I can remember. Because I've also spotted a banh mi place that I want to try out in the morning as well before I head off on the road. So I just had to watch that kid. I've been looking for places to have a coffee and I think I've found it. Okay, come on, thank you. Mai. Okay, this is a little sweets kind of place. They've got all sorts of little flan here and chair and stuff like that. So maybe later I'll come along and it's in this awesome old trolley here. Look at this. This looks amazing. Hello anh. Cái này là chair hả? Chair. Yeah. Ở đây bao lâu rồi?
30 năm rồi.
30 năm.
Yeah.
Wow, 30 years. Okay. Look at this. Look at this old thing. Wow.
30 năm.
Có thể 50 năm. Cái này.
30 luôn. Ra
100.
Không có.
30. 30. Okay. There we go. He's got it bubbling away in there. And this is what we were talking about on my podcast recently. So, good reminder. just in case, if you're into podcasts and you don't necessarily want to watch me babbling away, you can just listen to the audio. Oh, here we go. New. New quá.
Nhiều quá hả? Cái này là sâm bổ lượng.
Ah, some bo lung over there.
Cái này là chè nóng.
Okay. So I think this stuff here obviously is less sweet, and he was saying that stuff over there is sweet, and it's jare. And I think this little kid here on the motorbike with his dad, he's just about to get a little treat. Maybe for dinner? No, I don't. Oh, maybe he's with Grandpa. I don't know, but yeah, he's going to get a little treat. There you go. And he's prepping them for later. Look at that. Okay, cool. Okay, 30 years of expertise right here. Okay, quay lại. Đi ăn sau đó ăn chè.
Yeah.
Okay, come on. Thank you. So do you think Vietnam loves its lights at night? Pretty amazing though that I can walk down here pretty much by myself. I guess people are coming home from work and stuff like that and going out for dinner, and then perhaps later on they'll be out for their walks. But it's pretty nice. I mean, it's a canal that's tidal. We've had plenty of rain, so there's lots of debris floating down it. Actually not that much rubbish, to be honest, floating down here as well. But just a nice little public space that is just so essential to, hello Anne, to Vietnamese life. You know, go and have something to eat, then maybe go out with the family or go out with your friends, go for a walk, hang out in the cool air before you, hello, before you go home to perhaps a 3-generational household, you know, where you don't have much space and much privacy. So these public spaces here are just like gold for most Vietnamese people, and they do them well. They do them very well. But I've got a little bit of a feeling that just about everyone is, because of the festivals, they're all festivaled out. So they might be, what is it? Is tonight Friday? I think tonight's Friday night. Okay. Well, the streets are busy. I just sort of don't know where everyone is. Okay, so the food just basically ran out. I must be in the wrong place. There has to be other places around for me to try out some local food. But not to worry, I've got to be up really early tomorrow morning, and I've already got my eye on a banh mi over near the market. And of course, I just found Cafe Nam. So I promised Mr. Nam that I'd turn up early in the morning for a Cafe Suada. So that should be good. I'm looking forward to that. So probably best that I don't eat too much tonight. All right, I'm off to bed. See you in the next one.
Hey man.
Hey man, how are you?
I'm good.
You good? Hey?
American?
No way. Why would I be American? No, I'm Australian.
Australian?
Yeah.
Still speaking English, right? That's about you, man.
Yeah, we speak pretty well.